Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? That kind of worked out. What happened was, I had to schedule like 7:10, and then I wanted to finish watching. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm here today to review the 50th anniversary of SNL, and I know I'm late to the party on this one because, well, I'll get back. What happened when the broadcast? Well, first of all, I was asleep, but I forgot they had the red carpet. I missed most of that. I don't know if they have the red carpet. Like an hour long red carpet, like a 4 hour affair. Um, and then they had, yeah, I tried to watch some, and then a lot of times, I was like, stuff was happening on YouTube, and I was getting all these messages on Discord and phone calls, and it was kind of bizarre, and I watched some of it, and I wanted to do I was going to do like one right after it ended, and it just didn't work out that way. Um, and and there was a lot leading up to and then I wanted they had something called they have like an NBC live stream. It's like an offshoot of Peacock, right? And then you can look up episodes Saturday Night Live and you can watch it there. And they had like the 3 hour 50th anniversary special. It was like 2 hours and 29 minutes. They show commercials, but they didn't have as many as they usually would. And I watched that, and I know Miller, Jedi Miller. I mean, I want to dedicate this to Miller, Jedi Miller. Um, I know we had our falling outs, and the thing with the mods blocking and stuff. I kind of switched the mods around somewhat, and I got rid of some people too that I used to trust. I don't trust no more. I got rid of some mods too. Um, Hopefully, it'll be a little, a little bit better. And we do have a lot. We do have a lot of stuff in common. As far as like movies, and I know Chloe brought it to my attention, and we do. And then a sci-fi, and no one else would have done a review of the 50th anniversary. So I mean, you beat me to it, which is cool. But what I wanted to do was I started watching earlier today, and I was like, some of it was just drudgery to get through. So I just kind of I started talking to other people, Forensic, and all this, and other people, and Dana. And I love Dana. And I love Forensic, and started talking to them. So I kind of diverted my attention. I didn't know if I was going to do like a live review of the SNL 50th anniversary. I put it off because it's just drudgery to get through. And then I remember getting something, sleeping, waking up, and making something to eat, and then coming back out. I started watching it, and it's like three. I mean, yeah, I wanted to make sure to take notes on everything. And so I did. Hey, Super, how you doing, buddy? So that's what happened. Is like the review of the SL 50th anniversary. Now, months back, I started to see commercials for something called Saturday Night, a movie based upon, and it was supposed to correlate in like the 50th anniversary of SNL. And basically, it was like a recreation of like the very first of like the madness was the 90 minutes before the first episode of SNL, which almost didn't happen. A lot of great actors, a lot of great writing. Uh William Defoe was in it, and also J.K. Simmons as Milton Berle. That was really worth it. Hey, Tam. Hi, Forrester. Welcome back. Anyways, um, because I remember I was fascinated to watch it. I told John about it. John said it didn't interest him at all, and I finally watched the movie. And I mean, you can't have they had like different actors playing like Dan Aykroyd, uh, Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, and stuff like that. Lorraine Newman, Garrett Morris, the original cast members. And I know, well, Miller was talking about, he said he's not going to watch the movie because Chevy Chase was bashing it and stuff. But I mean, I know some of that stuff. I know because, like, I know Bill Murray and Chevy Chase had a fight. I know about that because they even talked about Howard Stern. And I think the movie's brilliant. I thought it was. It's never boring. I mean, I don't know. It flopped at the box office, but it is what it is. I thought it was fascinating. John said it didn't interest him at all. I talked to him about it. He said he had no desire to watch it. I was fascinated by it, and it's even if you don't like, it's never boring. I thought they did it. The people who played these cast members, these iconic cast members, actually did a pretty good job for the most part. And I do believe there was fighting between Milton Berle and Chevy. I do believe that. I know about the Bill Murray, the fist fight when John Belushi got in between. I do know about that. I thought the movie's brilliant. I mean, Miller says he's not going to watch it, and that's fine. If you don't watch it, I highly recommend. If I recommend anything, Ice Pirates. I remember you're a big Star Wars guy, and Star Wars is cool. I don't like what Disney has done to it. But I mean, you said like Ice Pirates are ripoffs. I mean, I guess, yeah, I can understand that, but it's really good. It has like its own cult following too. And John Carradine was in it. And one other chance, I mean, that was the first chance I ever had to see John Carradine on the big screen. I don't know if it's one of his. Ron Perlman was in there before he got famous. I think Ice Pirates is a great movie. I think Saturday Night was a great movie. That I should watch Ice Pirates again if I can find it and do a review of it. God, I mean, that's really good because I remember seeing it at the theater at the Village Cinema. Because we saw that, Mom didn't want to see it, of course. And then I remember seeing Flash Gordon in that theater too. Flash Gordon is awesome too. I remember we rented it. My sister, I mean, I saw like 2 or 3. My sister's like, she'll just watch it over and over and over and over. She might watch it 5 or 6 times. Might watch it once or twice, but she watches a lot. And that's fine. I would love to see it again. I know Cisco and Ebert trashed it. But, oh well. I think this is back before like PG-13 kicked in. So there's some stuff, there's some violence in it. Just like some stuff in Flash Gordon that probably wouldn't have flown in a PG-rated movie. Nowadays. Anyways, that happened. That movie happened. I think they had like all like New York locations and stuff. That's probably why it cost as much as it did. They said the budget was between $25 to $30 million. It only made maybe $10 billion. It didn't do very well, but I would have wanted to see it. But I mean, I saw it and did a review. I thought it was great. I know Miller said I don't know what Jason's talking about. That's fine. That's fine. No big deal. And then it came to the 50th anniversary was coming up. I don't know, whenever they had the music on there, they had a big concert of 50th. Cause I know Devo was in there. I remember there was the one episode with Fred Willard. They introduced the band Devo. That's when that one member you couldn't remember, Lorraine Newman, actually started going out with Mark Mothersbaugh, the guy with the glasses, not Gerald Casale. Those are like the 2 front guys from Devo. And yeah, I think they got married, and you actually see like Lorraine Newman in some of the Devo. What was it? It was there was some video that they had like a wraparound story with Rod the Man, Reuter, I think, and then she was like the girlfriend his daughter, right? And she was like in some Devo stuff. I remember seeing Lorraine Newman in you don't see her in anything that much anymore. I remember she was in like Invaders from Mars, and then I saw her on the big screen on Problem Child 2, right? Anyways, whenever on the 50th anniversary, like a week before, I think the night before they did it, they reran the very first episode of Saturday Night Live, which correlates right into the movie Saturday Night with George Carlin. I reviewed that. That's a brilliant show. But you see, the format was so different. I took notes. Let me they had like 2 musical guests and 4 songs on it. I think they had like 4 songs in this one too. I mean, it was a 3-hour long show. And it was weird because in the very first show they had Paul Simon came on, and said, "Hey, I'm Paul Simon. I'd like to introduce you. I'm going to be hosting next week's Saturday Night Live." Because they don't do that anymore. They don't just say like a thing, who's next week or whatever, the musical guest. And Paul said, "Well, I hope you join it and join me and when I host Saturday Night Live and all this other stuff." And I opened up with Sabrina Carpenter, who I don't really know her at all. You start seeing all the stuff about Sabrina Carpenter all over YouTube. I know she did the NPR Tiny Desk concert, which I'm subscribed to that channel. A lot, because every so often you'll get a diamond in the rough. Because I know they had Cypress Hill in it, which was really cool. And they had Guar on there, which was great. The new Guar that, with Blothar hosting it, Mike Bishop. The new lead singer after Dave Brocky, who played Otis Fergus, sadly passed away way back in like 2014. I did a video about his passing, I've done some Guar stuff in the past, but they were on, they hosted, these Tiny Desk concerts able for like 15 to maybe 20, 25 minutes. And they were on there, and then Devo was on there. I actually did a review of the Devo performance, including singing, which did pretty good. I know the Devo songs by heart. And then, like, the Guar show with Guar there was pretty good, but they said it's probably, someone calling and said, cleanest Guar show ever, because they're not going to get super dirty on that show. But it was still pretty cool. They did Phantom Limb and Sex Cow and songs like that. And Devo did Worried Man, Blockhead, Comeback Johnny. I can't remember, two other ones. But anyways, he married Lorraine Newman, Anyways, Paul Simon started out the show with Sabrina Carpenter. I remember when they had, after 9/11 happened, I think it opened up with Paul McCartney singing. Not Paul McCartney, Paul Simon singing. Oh, you watched? Oh, that's cool, buddy. I watched a lot of it. I didn't see all of it. Because I remember, like, the most iconic were, like, the first 5 years of Saturday Night Live with the original cast. Well, changing somewhat. And then they left, and a new cast came in, and they were not well received at all. Then after that, people got used to it. Yeah, also new stuff is, well, some of it. Well, I'm going to get into that too, Forster, buddy. Yeah, because it did change. Yeah. Well, it's changed with the times and stuff, and you'll see changes in this episode too. I'm reviewing. But there are good. I have seen some really good shows of SNL. But some people say I stopped watching a lot of times, no longer funny. But you'll get a lot of crappy stuff on it, but you'll get some really good stuff too, Anyway, the Paul Simon thing with Sabrina Carpenter was really good. I liked it. It was a great way to enter the show. I give it a 7 out of 10. And I want to do correlation between Miller's review and my review. I know when I started doing, I've done Saturday Night Live reviews before. And I know when Howie and I became really good friends, I would review Saturday Night Live, and he said a lot of times I was really brutal to it, it's funny, if it's not, it's not. And then Howie actually did a couple reviews. He did hopefully they're still on his channel, I don't know. Like Woody Harrelson and stuff, which I missed. And he's done a little bit too brutal. I watched Miller's review. Miller was really brutal. I thought he thought I was brutal. Miller was really brutal in some of the skits. But we have some agreements and some disagreements on this episode. I know we both liked the Paul Simon thing, and there was some stuff he watched stuff on YouTube. There was a few things he missed because there's like a thing that says like live SNL or something, and or a live stream you can see it like the whole broadcast. And then they'll have like some episodes you can look up, like Saturday Night Live. They'll have some episodes you can watch on there, review it. And it's pretty much the whole thing from front to back, and then plus commercial breaks. I don't think there was as many commercial breaks in this one because it came in like 2 hours. Instead of 3 hours, it came to 2 hours and 32 minutes, which was good. Anyways, like I said, I started out with Steve Martin, the intro of the monologue, and it was okay. And then they had, oh, really? One more time, yeah. It did change some. I wouldn't do a correlation between Miller's thoughts and my thoughts. I still think I will say with Miller, I know he doesn't want to watch Silent Life. I think it's a brilliant movie. I really liked it, but I will recommend Miller's check out Ice Pirates because he said he never watched that back in the '80s. I mean, that's clearly a great '80s movie. And like I said, I got to see John Carradine, the late great actor John Carradine, who was in everything good and bad on the big screen, which was really cool. Anyways, let me go. Let's see where I left off at. Like I said, they had Steve Martin in there, and then they had, and then you mentioned like the five people club. It's like the Five Timers Club, and that movie with him and Martin Short was called Only Murders in the Building. I've been watching. I got to watch the new episode on Hulu. I've done reviews with John and I, and then John and I didn't get the chance to watch with John. I have to watch it on my own. The Steve Martin intro, and then they had John Mulaney, who was painfully not funny. And then John Mulaney comes on later in the show. I think he's so yeah. Oh wait, the actor. Oh, he would be an actor. Yeah, hi super. But I mean, I would just we had some differences and some agreements on the show, and that's fine. We're allowed to disagree. I thought the Steve Martin thing was okay. I'm not a huge John Mulaney fan. I give it like 8 out of 10. He admitted he's 79 years old. He looks fantastic for 79. Next was the Lawrence Welch thing, and I didn't know exactly what was going to happen. I couldn't remember the setup for it because I haven't seen that skit in a while. And I know Miller hated it though. But I mean, it started out with Robert Goulet coming out being really drunk, which was funny. And then they had like these 3 girls. That he's like, "Oh, I gave you a hug," and then they had that one girl that was like messed up with like forehead. Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go, Tab. But they had like the messed up with forehead and then with the tiny arms and stuff. It wasn't because usually it's really really funny. I think they restrained themselves some, but it's still funny enough to me to give it a. Where did I give it? I don't give it. I give it like a 7 out of 10. I still thought it was funny. I know Bill hated it. Next was Black Jeopardy, which didn't bother me because they did all these different types of Jeopardy, and they're trying to fit more people in. And they had like, because they've had that before. But I mean, it was cool to see Tracy Morgan, and then Eddie Murphy doing Tracy Morgan was really funny. I know Miller said it was on that cake, but I mean, I thought he was great. Deadpan, like, I eat 4 cheese lasagna. If it got 3 cheese, I ain't eating it. And the deadpan look on it was funny. And then he was busting up Tracy Morgan and then Leslie Jones and Kenan Thompson a little bit. I thought it was really good, primarily just because of Bill Murray. And then Chris Rock came out, and he was okay. And Tom Hanks came out as, and that was okay. I mean, but basically that was pretty much how, I think I remember it's how brilliant the imitation of Tracy Morgan was, in my opinion. Next was God, he was talking about physical comedy, but it was an introduction by like that Molly Shannon doing that Sally O'Malley saying, I'm 50, I can kick, I can stretch, and that sucked. I never thought that character was funny. I mean, it's energetic, but not funny. I give it like a 2 out of 10. And then they had the physical comedy thing where they had like things involving like pratfalls, because Chevy Chase pretty much did that, And the weird thing about Chevy Chase is he was in like one of his very first movies was a sketch comedy movie that was very filthy. It got like R rating, but I mean, it could have gotten an X rating. It was like a hard R rating. He was in a movie called The Groove Tube. He did a few scenes of that, yeah. Oh, I know he was. I remember. He was a horrible auto accident years ago. I remember that because I think Dad was still alive when that happened. Yeah, he was. But I mean, he was on the show, and then he did okay. And then like I know, like you said, Eddie Murphy did a great imitation of him. But I know he was. I remember that thing, the Walmart truck, I think, or something. Yeah, he was in a bad auto accident, and that was covered on NBC News because he was like a part of the NBC family, just like when the sad passing of Norm Macdonald. That was on the NBC News too. And Norm Macdonald, I think, now was the best news anchor. I thought he was the funniest. And that's like, because people always, is that plugged in? Okay. People always say he won, yeah. Oh, yeah, Groove Tube was filthy. I mean, well, the one scene with Safety Sam about gonorrhea, that was a filthy one. That's why, I mean, it could have gotten that X rated. That was really dirty. But at the time, it was a dirty movie, but it's really good. I like that movie. Yeah, Groove Tube was great. I saw Groove Tube while I was in Germany, and like I said, it was Chevy Chase's first movie. I don't know if it was his first movie, but he did a couple skits on there, like Barbershop Quartet, and he did like that "Let Your Fingers Do the Walking," you know. But I mean, that's definitely like a time capsule of '70s like sketch comedy like that, and Tunnel Vision and Prime Time, and also Kentucky Fried Movie, which was probably, I mean, Kentucky Fried Movie was really dirty for back then. I don't know. I mean, that was a hard R on that one. The same with Groove Tube. I don't know. Prime Time, that was R rated. I don't know. Think that and Television were like a hard R, but definitely Kentucky Fried Movie and Groove Tube were. Um, and I remember talking to I Find Dory about that thing about that one sludge that was created that looked like poop, you know? Because she was saying something. That's in the movie, because we were talking about that. So we were figuring that out. Anyways, they had an old lady, the Sally O'Malley, said, I'm 50, I'm 50. I get kicked, I can stretch, I'm 50. And, you know, and that was just lame. I never thought that character was funny. I give it a 2 out of 10. I don't think I was being generous. I didn't give it any ones or zeros. Because the 50th anniversary. Next one, like the physical comedy segment. When they had that, they had dancing and stuff, you know, like that classic Gilda Radner, Steve Martin dance thing. So it was like physical comedy, and then there were like dance numbers in there too. And that was actually pretty good. A lot of stuff with Chevy Chase sharing stuff on there. I think Chevy Chase got hurt his back on the show. Maybe. I'm not sure, though, for the pratfalls. And they had like Molly Shannon doing like some stuff. Pratfalls and Chris Farley. I mean, that was pretty good. The physical comedy thing got an 8 out of 10. And then they had Dan Aykroyd doing the blood, the Julia Child thing. I didn't know. Now, they were talking about like people that were absent from the show. I didn't know that Dan Aykroyd didn't go to the show till Miller told me about it. And then he said, like, you know, he's just going to stay home and watch it and stuff. That kind of surprised me, but I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to get sick. I don't know. With all the flu and stuff going on. I don't know. And then, like, I know that Dana Carvey wasn't there because he had the bird flu. So that's probably why they couldn't do the Wayne. Oh, it was. Oh, really? Oh, the Gerald Ford. Yeah, that's what I figured. He probably hurt his back. Yeah. He did like some really crazy pratfalls on there. I mean, it's like he may look like you did get hurt, but I think he did get hurt though. You know, you are falling over and stuff. Just I would like those metal chairs. I mean, you could easily get like jam your hand in one of those or something. You know. Where am I at? Let's see. But I mean, the physical comedy stuff was pretty good. I give that like 8 out of 10. And they had like different things on there. Some of it looked set up, but it was still pretty good. Next was a Val renewal where they had like these they had like talented people on there, but they had like this like I seen this skit before, and it's never funny, and this one was no exception. They would have like Martin Short was there and Molly Shannon, and Martin Short's great, you know. But they started coming out. They had like this couple getting married, and then like they had these girls singing. They were talking about fooling around with some other guy, and there's that one guy that I don't think has any depth to him, you know. Oh, thank you, Keith. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, buddy. And he had no depth to himself, right? You know, I think he's like a one-note performer on the show. But the whole thing was not funny at all. It was not funny. It sucked. because Martin Short was in it. He was great. Martin Short was great. I give it like 2.5 out of 10. But no, for the most part, it sucked. Next was Deep Thoughts with Jack Handy, one of my favorite skits on SNL. It's easy to do. It would be kind of cool if they did another one, but they brought it up, and it's like a lot of the stuff was really dark. This one was as bad though. Hey Tim, I mean Tim and Tim and Keith. Um, Tadpole, yeah, tadpoles. What else was there? Yeah, Keith. What else was there? Yeah, Deep Thoughts was pretty funny. Not the best one, but I give it a 9 out of 10 for packing a powerful laugh. No, well, a modest laugh in like a very 45-minute time. But it was cool seeing that. It was cool seeing another Deep Thoughts episode, which was good. Next was Tina Fey and Amy Poehler doing Q&A. And they had like a lot of famous people in there. It was okay. I give it a 7 out of 10. I liked when they featured some. Hey Carla, hi Carla. How are you doing? Carla's awesome. It was nice when you came up on Dana's panel. We got to talk a little bit. Yeah, you were always fun to talk to. I enjoyed being on your live streams when you used to do them. Yeah, it's fun getting a chance to talk to you at least a little bit on there. You know. Um, where did I leave off at? Yeah, the Val knew was bad. Yeah, the Tina Fey and Amy Poehler Q&A. It was okay. I mean, it was funny enough. Yeah. I'd have to watch that. Yeah, it was cool. Thank you, Carla. Yeah, Carla's a great person. I really like Carla a lot. She was a joy to be on her panels a long time ago. Yeah. Hey, Keith. Um, I mean, it was a good way to show up a bunch of celebrities asking questions, but it was cool seeing like throughout the show, seeing cast members, and they saw the wardrobe lady who's been doing people for like, I mean, dressing for like 97, and she said her favorite was the time was really good. She said Jason Momoa really quick, which is funny. But I mean, I liked it when they're showing like the crew members that you never see, and they did it throughout the show. Yeah, yeah, Deep Thought with Tim. Yeah, now with Jack Handy. Yeah, so you got me confused. Yeah, but it was funny. But I like seeing like the cast members, the crew members that you never seen before on there. That was great. And then you showed them somewhat throughout the rest of the show. I thought it was okay. I give it a 7 out of 10. Next was a digital movie, and it was like a digital short film. It was like another music video about anxiety, and it showed like all these cast members coming having anxiety. It was okay. I thought the song moved along good, and it had Mr. Bill because I didn't know if they're going to have Mr. Bill on the show, but Mr. Bill was on it for like a few seconds. He was in that thing, so at least he showed up. I would love for them to do a new Mr. Bill show. I don't know if Walter Williams. Really? No, I haven't seen that. That's funny. I have to check that out, Carla. I have not seen it yet. Oh yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I have to check it out. It sounds awesome, Carla. Because John and I watch stuff. I mean, maybe I should ask John about that too. Next time we hang out in his place. Yeah, that sounds cool. He said funny, so I'll check it out, hon. But like I said, that digital short. I mean, the song was good enough to give it a 7 out of 10. Wait, hold on. I got Steve. But I mean, I will say the Millers. I mean, we disagreed on some stuff on Miller's review of Silent, but I thought he did a really good job. And like he said, he put up like the skits that were on YouTube, so and he knew the name of the skits. I just take a little notes about each skit. I did order. They did like 26 different things, but I mean, some of them were like really long. Like I said, the song "Anxiety" from Digital Short was pretty good. I give like 7 out of 10. Go the catchy song, yeah. Oh yeah, Larry David was on there. He was on there like briefly. Yeah, he was on it. He was in the cast. You also like Jerry Seinfeld. You saw Steven Spielberg. You saw Kevin Costner was there. Oh, and then Miller gave a shout out to Waterworld. I like Waterworld too because there was like, what I mean, people didn't appreciate Waterworld, but I thought Waterworld was great. You know. Well, then I watched. Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to check it out, Carla. I'll check it out. I never saw it. I mean, there's so many shows on Netflix. They get lost through the ether, you know. But no, I'll check it out. That's cool. Um. Oh, they like I said, there's shows. I mentioned Dana Carvey was on show. He had the bird flu. That's probably why they didn't do Wayne's World because I know he mentioned it. And then Bill Hader was not on there because he had a scheduling conflict. He couldn't make it. Yeah, I like that. No, there never was a Waterworld 2. I love Waterworld. Because Miller was saying everyone loved Waterworld. I love Waterworld. He mentioned that movie. I didn't like The Postman, though. Except for the first 40 minutes was okay. And I like Tom Petty in the movie. That was about it. I didn't like The Postman, but I love Waterworld. I thought Waterworld was good. I saw it in the theater, and then one guy wanted to hang out with me, go to Uncle Charlie's in the movie. And I said, okay. So we went to see it a second time. But it was good. I like Waterworld a lot. That's cool, Carla. I don't think there was a Waterworld 2 because it didn't. I don't know if it did make money or not. Let me see. Because a huge, big money they said didn't do very well. Waterworld. Let's look it up. Kevin Costner, Waterworld. Okay, 1995. Yeah, I mean it lost money. It did like the budget was between 172 million to 175 million. It made 264 million, so I don't think it broke even, but it did make more money than its budget. But I know I have to make so much for it to break even or make money. So that did do well, but I mean, I wonder what the Postman did. But I like Waterworld a lot. I know Cisco Niebuhr just said it was just Man Max on jet skis, but I like the movie. Okay, the Postman made 2 years later, multi-billion-dollar budget. Oh wow, that flopped big time. $80 million budget only made 30 million. But I mean, at least Waterworld made more money. Yeah, it did tank in the box office, Carla. It did. I mean, it did make back. Yeah, it did do very well. It did better than Postman, though. Yeah, but I saw it twice at the theater. Yeah. Oh, I saw the Dentist. I saw both Dentist movies. Yeah, the Dentist was good. I saw that one. I saw both. Oh yeah. Well, that's the Dentist is kind of like yeah, most expensive movie ever made till Titanic. Yeah, it did tank in the box office. Really? They have water. Oh, that's cool. I never saw it at Universal Studios. That's great. Um, let's see. And then next was like Miley Cyrus and some other lady. I started watching it and it just bored me, so I fast forward through that. I get like a 2 out of 10. Next was Weekend Update, and it was okay. It wasn't that funny. I know it was weird because Miller was saying it's like racist and stuff because they had like Michael Che and Colin Jost on there hosting. I remember we used to do live streams. I had that as an avatar for like my picture. This was ages back. Miller and I got I don't know if it's argument like it's saying it was racist, and Spoof said, "What makes it racist?" But I mean, that's fine. It's fine. No big deal. No big deal. Um, Most of that was not funny on the Weekend Update. Most of it was just referencing like the Silent Life. Oh, Deep Thoughts is great. Oh, that would be cool. But they mentioned Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald is my favorite Weekend Update. I know Millicent Chevy Chase. Oh, really? Oh, watch a lot. Oh, cool. Not a lot of short. That's awesome, Carla. I do enjoy, you know, it's so cool that you're still around. I appreciate you coming up here. I really do. Um, like I said, the Miley Cyrus thing, I skipped through the other 2 out of 10. A lot of the skits on Weekend Update were not funny. I think I agree with Miller saying the best part was when Bill Murray came back. You know, and it's cool seeing Bill Murray because I didn't think he would come back because a lot of times he didn't want to do like Salute my shorts. That was on Nickelodeon, yeah. I watched short on Netflix today. That's cool. On Netflix lately, that's cool. Oh, I see you spelled it. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I didn't even notice that, but it's okay. I read past it. Um, like I said, I mean, yeah, Weekend Update was not that good this time. I didn't think the characters were that funny. I think the writing wasn't that strong in that episode. But like I said, I liked the Bill Murray part whenever he came up. And then he did like a top 10 list of the best SNL. Hi, Gordon. How you doing? I like the best newscasters, you know. And I think number one was Brian Doyle Murray. I think he put Chevy Chase at number 4, I think. And he put Norm Macdonald number 2. Yeah, I mean it was kind of lame. I get like a 4 out of 10. Next was the Pentagon with alien abduction. I know Miller hated this one too. It was okay. I think I give it like some plus just because of it having like clever. Oh yeah, Meatballs was awesome. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember like. Well, I mean, Chevy Chase was mentioned, right? I remember on TV watching. Well, I watched Meatballs on TV. Dad wouldn't take me to see it. He wouldn't take me to see the movie though. We weren't allowed to see it. We watched on TV though, and then there was a sequel called Meatballs 2, which was completely unrelated to the movie. But sometimes I rented it. I think I rented it while I was in the army. I thought it was okay. No. I rented it later on while I was at home. Because all the Meatball sequels were not related at all. They're like sequels in name only. I remember renting like Meatballs 2. No one else wanted to see it. I watched it. I thought it was all right. Man Keith, yeah. Oh, no, Canadian update host, yeah. I thought it was all right. They did a third one with Sally Kellerman, like coming of age stories, like she was an angel or something like that. None of these were related. That was like an R-rated one, I think. And then I remember later on in on Cinemax they did Meatballs 4, which I didn't watch the whole thing. Maybe I should go back and watch Meatballs 4. Maybe I might do that. Oh, thank you, Carla. Nice seeing you, Carla. Take care, Carla. It's always nice seeing you. You're a good friend, okay? Oh, yeah. Oh, and I don't start. Don't get upset, Gordon. Yeah, but they had like Mike Myers saying like a shirt saying Canada's not for sale. Anyways, that's with the meatball thing. I remember like seeing the movie Foul Play with him and Goldie Hawn. That was like Chevy Chase's first real big break. Big movie. He was in some stuff before, but Foul Play was a wonderful movie. I saw it Canadian. Make America the 11th province. Oh, okay, Gordon. I mean, it's tough because you cannot like the political stuff. Because Miller was pretty smart. He posted up that thing with Bill Murray, saying that it's tough to be friend and then have politics go into it because a lot of times you lose friends with that, and that's evident now on another channel. The fight, the political fight, yeah, political fighting and stuff. And anyways, he was smart to put that thing up with Bill Murray. I did watch that. Like I said, Weekend Update only got 4 out of 10. Okay, the Pentagon alien abduction. I gave that a 5 only because of how creative the writing was, as far as like my vagity to the tragedy, and then the nips and knees and stuff. I thought the writing was kind of clever, not really that funny. And then Meryl Streep came out, but I thought Kate McKinnon really like sold it, somewhat, So I like that. Oh, that one thing like they were saying, Martin Short, Steve Martin was Only Murders in the Building. Great show. Next was that thing that studio Ray Newman going to oh really? Okay. Fail in a sale. Decided to fail of our continent. Okay. Fail. It's just Hell in a Cell. Yeah. Oh, there you go. See, you and Keith are getting along. That's cool. Get the barbed wire, baseball bat, thumbtacks. That'll be cool, man. Um, Next was that studio with Lorraine Newman. It was only cool because Lorraine Newman was there. I didn't think the Chad character was good. I didn't think it was that good of a skit. Like he said, cool, and then he do like. I mean, I didn't think it was very good. I thought it was just good because of her being in the show. A little bit poignant but it just wasn't funny. There you go, Keith. Yeah, there you go, Gordon. Let's see. Uh, one thing I didn't see, they had like a musical thing of like 3 hours of SNL music. I never saw that one. I know Devo was on there. I just wanted to pretty much see Devo. I don't know who all performed on that though. That would probably be pretty good. I gotta see if that's in there somewhere. You know. All right. Let's see. Pentagon Alien Abduction. I'll give it a 5. Just cut out. Well, yeah. I don't. I'll take away the 6. I'll give it a 5. It just wasn't that funny, but it was cool seeing Meryl Streep being silly. Next was the Adam Sandler song, and it was cool. Jack Nicholson introduced him, which was awesome because Jack Nicholson has been. Oh yeah, I seen Frontier Martial Arts. Yeah, they do the Japanese stuff. They used to have like I've seen that stuff, Gordon. I remember that. Right, Norm Macdonald. Yeah, Norm Macdonald was originally on Star Search way back in the day. They was like some really famous comedians. Norm Macdonald was my favorite, and then they had like Roseanne Barr and Rosie O'Donnell. I was never a Rosie O'Donnell fan. She's okay in some things, I guess. Um, yeah, Roseanne Barr. I wasn't a really fan of her until she did the TV show. Now she's off that. And I still watch the Connors though. Louis Anderson was just too depressing for me. He always seemed like he was depressed every time he did something. So I wasn't a big Louis Anderson fan, but Norm Macdonald was my favorite. Now, let me mute real quick. Hold on. Well, don't forget SNL, SCTV. I love SCTV. I remember watching Frontiers Martial Arts Wrestling. I remember watching that. Yeah, yeah, hardcore way before ECW. They had exploding matches and stuff. And well, I think Norm Macdonald is better. That's my opinion. Norm Macdonald is better. But I mean, Mike Myers was in it kind of, but he came back. He did. They had a cold. I know they had a cold open. I remember talking to Tanya about it, about the Zelensky thing with Trump and JD Vance, and I thought Mike Myers did a really good Elon Musk. It was really funny. He nailed it as Elon Musk. But I still think Norm Macdonald's my favorite. Sadly, he passed away though. But he was mentioned in the show. Hold on. I'm coughing so much. Like I said, that studio thing with Lorraine Newman, it's only good because Lorraine Newman was in. I get like 5 out of 10. Oh yeah, Gordon Austin. Yeah, there you go. I called him. I called him Flash Gordon before, which is not mean. Not me. I'm just playing. Yeah, I know Miller didn't like that thing with Chad. I didn't care for it either. I just like because Lorraine Newman was in. I get like a 5 out of 10. Next was the Adam Sandler song, and Jack Nicholson introduced them because they were both in that movie Anger Management together. And it's cool seeing Jack Nicholson again because he retired. It's cool seeing him again. It was nice. He was interviewed Adam Sandler, and Adam Sandler did like his song called 50 Years, and it was like a collection of. I know Miller didn't like it. Oh yeah, I know Miller didn't like it, but I thought it was good. Well, he packed a lot in there. I thought it was very poignant. I mean, Adam Sandler was tearing up a little bit, and there was someone else that teared up later on in the show, and I teared up a little bit too. You know, and they showed it was cool. They showed like the cue card guy and some other people behind the scenes too, which I liked. But a lot of these skits went on way too long. Because I remember the very first episode of Silent Live, the skits were like 2 to 3 to 4 minutes, and that was it. But the very first episode of Silent Live was fantastic. Like I said, I give that a 10 out of 10 because it was kind of moving, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. No, it's okay. No, Miller did a good. I think Miller did a really good job reviewing that. We just had a couple disagreements on some stuff. Yeah, he didn't like the Adam Sandler song. I thought it was good. I thought it was poignant though. I shed a little tear though, you know. But it was cool. They showed. I mean, there was so much. There was like 50 years of stuff crammed to like a 5-6 minute song. Next with another song, "The Hot Dog Cart and Heroin," with Mike Mulaney, who's not funny. That skit sucked. I agree with Miller on that, except it started out, the introduction was okay. I liked the set with the hot dog cart. And I like that they did a version of Fame, but they called it Shame. I like that. I thought it was clever, but the rest of it, it just lost me. I thought it sucked. I didn't care for it. Just because of how clever Fame was, I give it a 3 out of 10. Next was a thing of commercial parodies, which I love that. Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, Lorne Michaels, yeah. Well, I tell you what, definitely check out Saturday Night, the movie Saturday Night. I know Miller was saying won't watch it. I think it's really good, but I suggest. I mean, I'm recommending. I don't suggest. If he wants to check out Ice Pirates, I think he'll like that. That's like an '84 movie. I think it was made in '84. I think. Let me check out Ice Pirates. Let me look that up. See if it did good in the box office. I know that John Carradine was in it, and I think the only time I ever saw him on the big screen, I see him on the video screen all. He's in a bunch of really cheesy horror movies, a ton of different things. With over 100 credits to his name. Let's look up. What the hell was it now? Oh, Ice Parts. From I think it was '84. Talks about crawls though. Yeah, 1984 movie. Yep. Directed by Stephen Raffel or something like that. Has Robert Urich, Mary Crosby, and Michael D. Richards in it. Michael Richards is in it. It also has MGM producers. It's only 91 minutes. Well, it made a little bit of money. The budget was $9 million, made $14.3 million. That was okay though. And the lead character's name was Jason, which was cool. Yeah, Robert Urich is Jason. That's cool. Mary Crosby, Michael D. Richards, Angelica Houston was in it. Ron Perlman was in it. Bruce Valanche was in it. John Carradine, like I said, Cusack as Killjoy, Ian Abercrombie. It had like an all-named cast, though. I think he'll like Ice Parts if he sees it. That's from 1984. I mean, you don't have to watch it, don't want to. It's just a suggestion, you know. It said MGM had a contract with Robert Urich to make a TV series and insisted on him being cast on the movie. And it said John Foreman wanted Angelica Houston, a personal friend, in his movie. That's cool. And it was cool they had yeah, this film was somewhat tiny compared to Star. I still think it's really good. It didn't do very well with critics and stuff, but I still think it's really good. I don't think Ice Parts is really good. That's just my opinion. You know, what do I know? Lorne Michaels also he created Kids in Hall. I love Dusty TV. Yeah. Other way around keys without us. You choose. Read it. Relate to the party in both world wars. Anyways, I thought the Adam Sandler thing was good because it was just poignant, moving. I give it 10 out of 10 for him cramming so much into one song. Like I said, the hot dog cart sucked. I'll probably take that down to like 2. Because the only thing good was like shame and the set it right at the very beginning. Yeah, I'd take it down to a 2. Next I said was the commercial parodies, and that was 8 out of 10. But they did not have one of my favorite things, the puppy uppers and doggy downers, drugs for dogs. That was so funny. I don't know, maybe they're not allowed to have that now, but I thought it was hilarious. That was with Jane Curtin and Gilda Radner. I think it was both them. And I thought that's one of my favorite ones. I still make jokes with my dad. Puppy uppers and doggy downers. It was so funny. The only thing I can find on YouTube, and it did not have that commercial. They had a variation of this racetrack, toy racetrack, and it showed like a car messing. It was like a thing for kids. I can't find it anywhere. I don't know what to look for. I look for the yeah. No, I don't want to get too political on that. Yeah. What was I going to get into now? Oh yeah, that car commercial. Like a racetrack, and you see the car having a wreck, and you see an ambulance coming up and taking the guy away. That whole thing was great. I can't find it anywhere on YouTube or anything. That was a great skit. And then, like I said, Puppy Uppers and Doggy Downs were not on there. They had Oops, I Crap My Pants. But, I mean, the commercial parodies were really good. It's kind of weird they have Happy Fun Ball on there, because that really wasn't funny. The only thing on that was just the side effects of it, which was weird. Okay, now here's where Mill and I really agree. They had Bronx Beat on there, and it was like two girls from the Bronx, and like doing a talk show, and then they had Mike Myers from Coffee Talk going, "I'm over Clemp." That sucked. I never thought Coffee Talk was funny. I never knew the Bronx Beat was a real thing. Of Maya Rudolph and Amy Poehler. That sucked. I hated it. That's right there with the Sweeney Sisters as far as sucking. I hate the Sweeney Sisters a little bit more. Probably get like a 2 out of 10. Next was Little Wayne. I started watching that. That bored me. I just fast forward through that. Next with In Memoriam. It's not Dread. Oh, I don't know. Next was In Memoriam, and I thought it was about like cast members that were lost, but it was something completely different. It was like all these skits that wouldn't work today, whether it be like shaming or like about race relations, weird stuff like that, or joke around about it. And some were really uncomfortable to watch, I guess. Well, I mean, with cancel culture, but I mean, it's just like when All in the Family came out. All in the Family is brilliant, a brilliant show. And then whenever, because I remember that it used to be, they used to show reruns of that on ICU TV or like on CBS. And it'd be right when I came home from school, or like right before I went to school. They show it in the morning, and I'd watch that show. Oh no, you're okay. You're okay. I don't want to highlight all that stuff though. Now you're okay. Like the Memoriam, like people like cancel culture and stuff, and then whenever like they were going to show like reruns of All in the Family on TV Land, or said, "Is America ready for it?" Like, what? That's a classic TV show. Because it's too cutting edge. But I thought All in the Family was a great show. I liked that show. The In Memoriam thing was like a 5 out of 10, and they bleeped out. They had that classic, iconic skit between Chevy Chase and Richard Pryor, like word association, and went to like white against black, and then he said, "And when they bleeped it out," which surprised me. Man, they can't do it on primetime TV because I mean, I don't know, it's weird. Next was Debbie Downer. Well, I give the In Memoriam a 5 out of 10. It was all right. Next with Debbie Downer. I know Miller didn't like Debbie Downer. I thought it was funny for what it was. She came on and she was like doing like I liked what it had, like, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's just like they're bringing it all full circle for the 50th anniversary. And Debbie Downer thing was funny. They had Robert De Niro on there, and then like she said something. He went to choke her. It was so cheesy and fake, like it was funny. I mean, it wasn't the best Debbie Downer, but I thought it was really fun. I give it an 8 out of 10. I really liked that one. Next was Scared Straight. Scared Straight was really funny. We had like these guys trying to scare like these three kids that were in their 30s or 40s. They even mentioned it as a joke in the show. And they're talking about all these situations. It was like movies. They mentioned like Harry Potter. They mentioned Nutty Professor. You see him going, Hercules, 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 because Kenan Thompson and Eddie Murphy came out. And that was really funny. And they were like sexual references. That was really, really funny. And then Will Ferrell came out and it was like, I don't know, yeah. Yes. I remember that, yeah, he was like, Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. I remember that, yeah. That was classic. I remember that one, yeah, Bill Murray singing that. Scared Straight was really funny. I think whenever, like, Eddie Murphy was pretty much deadpan, he cracked up a little bit. When Will Ferrell came out, it was a little bit, I kind of screwed up the pacing a little bit. I give it like a 9 out of 10. Next was Garrett Morris coming out. And it was great seeing Garrett Morris. He was just sitting down. I mean, I don't know. He's sitting down, right? And he wanted to introduce Schiller's Reel, which like these short films. I didn't really like him that much when I was a kid. I appreciate him now when they showed like that infamous one, Look Back in Anger, where like John Belushi was the old man talking about like saying he was the only surviving member of SNL. At the time, I didn't get it. I asked my dad, what's this about? He goes, I don't know. I never liked the skit. I mean, I could watch it. I never liked the skit. And then it wasn't until later on, when I was in Germany. Oh, yeah. Mr. Robinson was great. He did some other stuff, though. It's funny. Not 2 years later, because when I was in Germany, my one friend let me borrow these. She had tapes of like the old SNL. And then they started releasing, Warner Bros. Started releasing like the best of John Belushi. That's the first one I saw, and that was at the PX. And it had that the film at the very end, and it dawned on me how important that skit was because so ironic that he was the very first member to pass away. And it was very poignant for what it was, somewhat funny though. And it wasn't until like I was in the army that I started appreciating that thing. And I love that film now. That was a 10 out of 10. But when I was a kid, I never liked it. But I mean, I understood it. It hit me a little bit more now seeing it though. So I love that one. Yeah, that and Garrett. Okay, traded Garrett Morris thing. Okay. Now, the last musical performance was Paul McCartney. And I'm gonna say, I mean, it's controversial. I think the Beatles are overrated. I don't mind seeing them though. They're okay. I remember when Carrie and I just came up there, like we never understood the popularity of the Beatles at all. They're all right. But I mean, if you're gonna end the show, I mean, having Paul McCartney, some of his fans of Paul McCartney doing the song was great. And that was a brilliant way to end the show. The musical guest, yeah. No, SNL was first. Oh, just what it was, Gordon. Okay. It was SNL, and then there was a show on ABC called Fridays, right? And it was trying to compete with that. Yeah, I don't like the Beatles. I think they're overrated. Because I know Carrie and I were talking about that. Yeah. Well, yeah. But I mean, that was different. Well, there was a guy that was like, that did his own thing, and then Monty Python just imitated him. And then it's like, these guys are stealing my stuff, And then Monty Python, I mean, this was like a late night sketch show on American audiences on a Saturday night. They had that show. It got successful, and then ABC had Fridays with Mike Richards and a whole bunch of other people on there, Yeah, Simon Garfunkel was pretty well. Paul Simon started out the show. Art Garfunkel was not on the show. I don't know. He might have passed. I'm not sure. But I remember seeing Art Garfunkel in Carnal Knowledge, a wonderful movie. Carnal Knowledge, I highly recommend that movie. Really good. But what a way to end the show with Paul McCartney. I thought it was a great way to end the show. That was a 9 out of 10. I think the Beatles are overrated. I think they're overrated. That's probably like controversy. Because I know Carrie and I were talking about, both Carrie and I don't like the Beatles. Well, I mean, they're overrated. I don't think they suck, but I think they're overrated. But I mean, that was a great way to end the show with Paul McCartney. If I'm going to end like a TV show with a musical guest, I guess that would be, yeah. Well, okay, there you go. I mean, I just think they're overrated. Yeah, I think of all the three, I think Queen are the best. I like Black Sabbath. I'm more of a Black Sabbath guy. But as far as like those four you mentioned, I think Queen were the best. And like Black Sabbath is my Beatles. Because people like talk about the Beatles or the Rolling Stones, and a lot of people pick Rolling Stones. I pick Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath is my Beatles right there. Yeah. I mean, I like Rolling. Some of the Rolling Stone stuff is pretty cool. Oh, they had Keith Richards. Check this out. In that Q&A thing, they had Keith Richards was up there though. Yeah. I like Queen though. Queen's pretty cool. I grew up listening to Queen. And I love Bohemian Rhapsody is a great movie. John, that's cool. But I like Kiss Meets the Phantom in the Park. I love that movie too. I never saw any of the Rolling Stones concert movies. I know I wanted to see Let's Spend. They had a movie called Let's Spend the Night Together, which is PG rated. I want to see it. You're not seeing that. You're not seeing that. All right, whatever. I know you guys are having friendly banter. I'm not getting in between that. Yeah. There you go, Marion, then. Sorry. He's just teasing, Gordon. He's just teasing. It's just playing. But I mean, if it's going to end, the Paul McCartney thing was awesome. It was really awesome. I give that a 10 out of 10. No, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Next was something that Miller mentioned. And Miller had a little bit more info on this than I did because I didn't really I noticed it that well. They had the ending credits. If you saw, like, I guess Dan Aykroyd didn't show up. And then, like, Miller put up, like, a post he said on Facebook or something like that saying he's just going to watch it at home. And then he's saying, give him Dan Aykroyd some crap for not being on the show. Chevy Chase was in the background of the crowd. And then you didn't see Gene Curtin was on the show either. And you saw, like, both Lorraine Newman and Gene Curtin held up a photo of Gilda Radner. And Chevy Chase was right behind him. He was trying to, like, lower it a little bit so they could see his face and stuff. And then, like, I don't know, he wasn't really shown on the show that much. And they didn't show Jane Curtin at all on the show. Hey, why did you marry Yoko? She's single. Oh, well, it's in the. Yeah. I know. I'm just playing. It's okay. You guys got friendly banter in the chat. It's okay. I don't think anything really offensive. But the ending credits were like, yeah, he mentioned like Chevy Chase was not. I don't know if he rubbed the people the wrong way or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened. But he was and then he tried to make himself see more. He went to the front to shake hands with Keita Thompson. Yeah. And then something mentioned. I watched that. Millen mentioned that I didn't really pay attention to it right when I first saw it, and Millen mentioned his review when I watched it. And yeah, he's right. I mean, I just saw like they were holding up the Gilda Radner photo. I didn't really pay attention to it because it was like a 10 out of 10 for that, I guess, the ending credits, because you never see that many celebrities at the end of a Saturday Night Live. Wait, let me go pee real quick. Hold on. All right, I'm back. I married Shannon Tweed. Oh yeah, Shannon Tweed. I think she's beautiful. Where'd I go? I'm trying to do something real quick before I forget. Something I should have done early, but I didn't even think about it. Because the weird thing is, I don't think about it when I do this. Go to lives, right? Okay, check it out. Okay, come on. I'll get rid of the frog thing. All right. 37, 4 likes. Oh, that's awesome. 4 likes, cool. But I want to dedicate this to Miller and stuff, you know. Cause I mean, he did a review, and I'm just doing a review too of it. The 50th anniversary of Silent Life. Yeah, like the stream. Yeah, they like the stream. Yeah, my Shannon. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, yeah. The guy from fiance, the singer from Pat. Yeah, she fell. That would suck so bad, falling overboard on a cruise ship, and then the train, the ship wouldn't even know you were gone. Yeah, I saw that. Something else that was in the ending credits. Cause I watched it like 3 times. Well, I watched it just normal, and then Miller brought that stuff up. I didn't even think about it. Right? I noticed that Jane Curtin was barely shown in the movie at the show, except for like not even that much, And like I said, they held up a picture of Gilda Radner right in front of Chevy Chase. They kind of lowered it a little bit, but Chevy Chase was right in the background. And I remember like something I didn't notice. And check this out, Bill. If you watch the end credit, you'll see Bill Murray was crying during the end of the song. I didn't know if he really was. I think Billy Murray started crying though when they playing the theme music, and people were saying that's how poignant it was. I didn't notice that because I read some of the comments. Oh God, I got to go back and check it. And you see there's parts where he's crying in there, just to make sure you know about that, Miller. Overall, I think it was a hit and miss. It was hit and miss for what it was. It was okay. I'd probably give it like I give it a 4 out of 10 because when it wasn't funny, it really wasn't funny. I give it a 4 out of 10 just because some of the things were good. The best thing was I think probably the greatest thing was like whenever he was doing Tracy Morgan. That was like spot on impression. I'm trying to think what else was happening. I mean, yeah, definitely check out the. I didn't know Bill Murray was crying in there. I think Miller did a really good review of it though, and it was 45 minutes, but it went by really quick because I was curious to see what his opinions were on the show. He probably would give a lower score than I would have got it. I give it like a 4 out of 10. I mean, like Weekend Update wasn't funny. Oh, that New York it was horrible. The only 2 musical guests, like the other 2 musical guests aside from Paul Simon and Paul McCartney, Paul weren't very good. No, they were. I mean, that Miley Cyrus and then Lil Rain. I didn't care for that either. And he said he mentioned Lord Michael didn't even seem interested. He looked like he was bored. He did look like he was bored. Oh, you got 6.3. Cool. I don't know what his overall. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10 because just when it wasn't funny, it just was painfully not funny. Like that Bronx Beat, that went on forever. Oh yeah, Joe Piscopo. Well, he passed away though. Didn't he pass away? Yeah, they didn't mention Joe Piscopo at all. They didn't mention him like, wow, he was not mentioned at all. Well, there's so many characters in there, not anyone could be mentioned. I'm glad they mentioned Mr. Bill just for like 2-3 seconds. It would be cool if they had another Mr. Bill show, but there's so much to cover, though. I mean, it could all be covered, though. And like the commercial spoofs, they didn't do that one for the Navy, was the most accurate military commercial ever because it had like the Navy, it's like the 70s one, showed like you flying planes and all this other crazy stuff. And then there was like a thing where they see them buffing floors, cleaning bathrooms, cleaning toilets. That's the military right there. That's true. 6.0. Thank you. 420 at 69. Yeah, there you go. But I mean, I thought it was all right for what it was. No, I mean, now a lot of people just dismiss Silent Live. There are some skits that are still really funny. Like the Martin Short one was fantastic. Though the Martin Short that was fantastic. The Shane Gillis one went by so fast. It had some funny parts in it. But I mean, I give it credit for that. I mean, the very first episode of Silent Live was fantastic. But I mean, there's still lots of funny stuff on Saturday Night Live. You just have to, some people just dismiss it though. But there was a time there. I mean, if it's a good show, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. I remember the Aquafina one was terrible. I remember Howie Cat used to always say I was too rough on the show. Because with me, either I like it or I don't, or it's funny or it's not funny. And then if I think it's clever but not funny, I'll give it credit for that too. Yes, they mentioned John Belushi, including they showed Gordon. They did like the most famous Schiller's Reel. They played the whole thing with John Belushi, like in the graveyard, talking about the that became iconic. The look back in anger thing, where he was like in the graveyard talking about all the cast members who passed away, and he was the last surviving member as the old man. And the sad thing was he was the very first one to pass away. So it's very unusual, different. And like I said, I remember seeing that in the best of Belushi. And then I remember getting other tapes, either from like the place to rent in Germany, or on or buying them off of because they had the best of John Belushi. I remember that one. They had the best of Gilda Radner. I remember that one. I remember getting that. I read that, made a copy of that in the army. I was at the library. I got that. They had the best of Eddie Murphy, which was like 90 some minutes with repeated things in it. Because they get like these other ones, the best of like an hour long usually. I remember getting that with those two, and I remember they had the best of Chevy Chase off of Lorimar Home Entertainment. I remember they got that at the library or rented. I can't remember. And that was like an hour long. That was pretty good. They had and they had. I remember getting buying the best of Dan Aykroyd from this one like used rental company or used video VCR company. And that was good too. But it was different seeing a lot of Gilda Radner stuff. I mean, I don't know if they ever had any other best of SNL ones. Yeah, yeah, I'm Chevy Chase. You're not. No, they mentioned John Belushi. That was like the most famous short film they ever had because it was just poignant because he was. They said he was the last surviving member, but he was the first one to pass away, sadly. And right around the same time, Chris Farley passed away too. It was kind of like a premonition when Chris Farley passed away. Jordan Coward. So I don't know. So I guess that's it, everybody. See if anything else is going on. Let me go through a couple things. Okay, a couple things right now. So, like I said, that's so weird. I get recommend my own videos. Oh, you're welcome. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Rats is shock value with no substance. What's that about? Because he's kind of weird when he does stuff. I gotta watch that. The biggest bag, Wendy's order hack. Oh. Got wrecked by a watchmaker and stuff. Oh. Got wrecked by a watchmaker. Oh, okay. Well, that's how I found out about sellers from Miller's video. I guess that's about it. Trolls have been blocked for the award show. Okay. I don't know if I'll be on. If not, I'm not. That's fine too. I don't. Let's see. Black Trolls. Let me watch this video. Oh, but yeah, I knew it. Yeah. Oh, Dan got noted. I'm watching. Yeah. Yeah. She is. She is. Let me watch the video after. I got okay. I guess the troll words are on tonight. Eat Gordon the one bite like Pac Man. No, Gordon's pretty big. Gordon's pretty big. No, I mean I don't be big in a bad way though. Well, yeah, two. No, 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 no. It was Dan Aykroyd. It was Dan Aykroyd and Steve Martin. Dan Aykroyd and Steve Martin did Two Wild and Crazy Guys. But Dan Aykroyd did not show up at the show at the Saturday Night Live thing. You want to stay home and watch. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So like I said, there was some hits and some misses. About equal though, but it's like a 4 out of 10. It was not his strongest show, you know. And I think I took a 2 week break because that's a very big uh thing. I don't know if they had a red carpet, which I did not see. See if I'll be able to check that one too. Yeah, love you too, buddy. So I guess that's it. I'll go 117.17. Why not? And then I'm going to make something to eat. I'm hungry. I got some of these pot pies. Now it's weird though because I've been buying the pot pies from a Walmart. They're $1 a piece. And what I've been doing is like I didn't have enough room in the fridge, in the freezer, so I just put them in the fridge. So I eat those. Yeah, 4 out of 10. Yeah. Yeah, probably, yeah. Well, no, he was just. Oh. Check this out. Okay, I'm glad you said that. Mentioned that because I know Dan Aykroyd and Dan Aykroyd is just in a movie I reviewed with John. I didn't put it up yet. It was R.L. Stein's Zombie Town. It was like another R.L. Stein zombie, probably PG-13. And Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase are in the movie. Yeah, Phil Hartman. Yeah, Phil Hartman was in the show on the show too. Just he's not around anymore. He got killed by his wife, which is tragic. Yeah, going at yeah. What happened was in that movie there was like Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase is in it, and they show like stuff like during the credits they have like end credit scenes. Right at the very end, it was the last day of filming, and Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase were right next to each other, and Dan Aykroyd went on to like this giant speech and walked off for a bunch of applause, and then they focused the camera on Chevy Chase. He didn't know what to say. He just said the F word. They had to bleep it out because it's an R.L. Stein movie. But I mean, John and I reviewed it. I got to put that up. Oh, and also it's still Mary's birthday today, so get a chance to wish Mary happy birthday. I got a happy birthday video for her. I have a happy birthday video made about her coming up at noon. So if you watch the video, make sure to say happy birthday, Mary, on there. She's really cool, a good person. So like I said, 4 out of 10. I'll go 119. Okay. Now I'm gonna make something to eat. Kind of hungry. But I thought the show was okay. Like I said, I wasn't able to. I'm late to the game on it because whenever it was originally on there, a bunch of crap on you. I fell asleep. I missed like 20 minutes of red carpet, so that sucked. So I mean, it was hard for me to get into it, and I tried to watch it. I kept getting messages on Instagram and not Instagram, but I mean on Discord, and it just kind of took me out of the thing. But I said, heck with it. I'll wait. I'll watch it another time. Miller actually did it like a week or so before I did, but I wanted to watch it and then watch Miller's reaction to it. What he thought about the skits too, and he liked. I mean, sometimes we both agree on stuff sucking, right? But there's some stuff that I liked that he didn't like, and I think we agreed on the stuff that we liked, though. Yeah, Brian loved him. Oh yeah, he did. Rate your meal with a community. No, yeah, you go. But I mean, that with his wife though, she wanted him to. She was jealous of his success. She wanted to be a part of Saturday Night Live. And there's a scene when you see Phil Hartman being introduced on the show. There's like a girl, you see the back of her head. That's his wife. They end up shooting him and stuff. So I guess that's it, everybody. I'm going to wrap it up. I wanted, like I said, I hope you liked the video, Miller. And I think we had some good agreements and disagreements on the show. It's fine. I think you'll like Ice Pirates, you know. And I hope you like this video, everybody. Till next time, please take care, my legion. Good night, everybody. Good night.